I always say that finding out your purpose is like performing archaeology. It's about digging out what's buried within but burning like fire. And this metaphor came to me in a dream I had when I went through the purpose program myself that I'm now trained to offer, and I'm sharing it because I think it captures so many people's relationship with their fire when they start to dig. So one night in my dreams, I'm sitting at the edge of my window peering into a deep dark valley when a fire gently starts to flicker below, and it's not just a fire but liquid fire, and not gently either but wildly erupting its way through my window into my cool blue room. I slither myself off the bed and decide it's time to move, time to pick up my things and carry my feet down the stairs as the liquid fire starts sliding over the bed and trickling down behind me. I decide it's time to have some breakfast. And me and a man in the kitchen have some oranges, and then I say, well, maybe it's time to leave now. The fire must have eaten the top off our house by now. So we step into town, where the world is starkly bright and white as day. Somebody has already called the police to take out the fire in our house. It hadn't struck me that I wanted the fire out. This house always felt temporary, but this town is full of houses whose fires have been doused out, and look how they stand still, ashen, but in them shapes and forms of living still in place. And look how these houses stand along the street, their front ends open like dollhouses, so you can see in them all the way through that whole project of living, that exhibition of living. And look how the clean bright day of this town is barely aflutter with all this business of fire. It's regular business that abounds. Houses erupt in fire all the time, and the police are always dousing them out. I used to think this house on fire meant the world's destruction and crisis, but now I know this fire is both outside and inside. It is where my fire has gone in anger when it could not find itself a place in this world. I now know. This deep broken hole of fire should burn, let it burn. Even if in empty, lonely land where no one can see its whole project of living, where the world can pass by on motorbikes and not see it break the ground from within, let it burn. Then maybe one day it doesn't have to come erupting like liquid fire in midnight dreams, burning houses, or as monsters ravaging cities to the ground in an uncontrollable rage that wants nothing more than to know who abandoned them, who extinguished their fire, who locked them up in that iron dungeon for years. As you sit at home in these days of wild stillness, let it burn. For yes, even in day you will soon have ways of catching your fire and carrying out that project of living through that home in which you find yourself again and again. The fire of your soul no longer doused but burning everything.